Welcome to the Simple English Podcast, where we break down big ideas into easy-to-understand conversations. Today, we're talking about a powerful concept called the compound effect. But here's the thing, this isn't about making huge, dramatic changes in your life overnight. No, it's about the tiny, almost invisible changes we make every day that can lead to massive transformations over time. It might sound simple, but this concept can completely change the way you think about progress. And to help us break it down, we have a very special guest today, Tom, a self-improvement expert, who's here to show us just how small changes can add up in a big way. As always, don't forget to check out the free PDF file in the comment section below to get the full transcript and vocabulary for this episode. Tom, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Lisa. I'm really excited to talk about this because it's something that has had a huge impact on my life and on the lives of so many people I know.
I'm excited too. All right, Tom, let's dive right in. Can you start by explaining the concept of the compound effect?
Sure. The compound effect is basically the idea that small, consistent actions over time can lead to big results. Think of it like the snowball effect, tiny changes that build on each other, getting bigger and bigger as time goes on. It's not about making drastic changes in one go, but about making a series of small, smart decisions each day.
That's interesting. So it's not about the biggest action, but the small things that we might not even notice, right?
Exactly. For example, let's say you want to get healthier. Instead of going to the gym for hours every day, you could start by adding just 10 minutes of walking to your daily routine. You won't see big changes immediately, but if you keep it up over time, those 10 minutes add up and your fitness improves. You might also start eating healthier, sleeping better, and feeling more energized, all because of that small change in your routine.
That's such a great point. A lot of times people get discouraged because they expect fast results. But when you make tiny changes, it doesn't feel like a big sacrifice, right?
Exactly. And when it comes to habits, the key is consistency. If you're consistent with these small habits, you'll see the results in the long term. A good example is saving money. Imagine if every day you saved just $1. It doesn't seem like much, but in a year, that's $365. And over 10 years, you'd have $3,650. It's not about how much you save in one day, but how consistently you save over time.
That's a great example. It's funny because we often think of big wins as the only way to measure success, but the small things really do add up.
Exactly. And this applies to everything, whether it's improving your relationships, learning a new skill, or even growing your career. It's the little things you do every day that build over time. The key is not to get discouraged if you don't see huge changes right away. It's all about the journey, not just the destination.
So true. Can you think of any real-life examples of people using this compound effect in their lives?
Oh, absolutely. One example is someone like Warren Buffett. He's one of the richest men in the world, and his wealth didn't come from one big investment. It came from years of making small, smart investments that grew over time. Another example is someone learning a new language. If you study just 10 minutes every day, you'll make steady progress, and in a year, you'll be able to speak a lot more than if you studied for hours in one go and then stopped.
That's so inspiring. It's about being patient and sticking with it. I think we can also see the compound effect in our personal relationships too. For instance, spending just a few minutes each day really listening to someone you care about, or giving them small acts of kindness, can strengthen that relationship over time.
Exactly. The little things we do in our relationships really matter. It could be as simple as sending a quick message to check in on a friend or partner, or making time to talk for a few minutes every day. These small gestures add up, and over time, they build trust, intimacy, and connection.
I love that. It's a reminder that we don't always need to do something huge to make a difference in our lives or the lives of others. It's the consistent, small efforts that can lead to meaningful change.
That's the heart of it. And the best part is, you don't have to wait for the perfect time to start. You can begin right now with something small. It's the perfect moment, really. So often, people put off making changes because they think they need to start big or they need more time. But really, it's about starting small, even if it's just for 5 or 10 minutes a day. The key is not to wait for the perfect time, because it will never come. Start now.
I completely agree. It's a matter of getting started, even if it's with the tiniest of steps. And before you know it, those small actions will compound into something amazing. Speaking of patience and small changes, did you know that the concept of the compound effect is actually based on a principle from physics called exponential growth? It's kind of mind-blowing. In nature, we see the compound effect all the time. For example, a tiny seed grows into a giant tree over time, or a small river gradually carves out a huge canyon. These tiny forces, applied consistently, create huge results.
Wow, that's fascinating. It really shows how nature itself is a big example of the compound effect at work.
Exactly. And it's amazing how we can use the same principle in our own lives to create big changes. It's like planting a seed for your future success. So, as we wrap up today's episode, let's remember that the key to transforming our lives isn't about making huge, overwhelming changes. It's about the small, consistent actions we take each day. Whether it's saving a little money, walking a little more, or practicing a new skill, the compound effect can help us achieve our goals if we stay consistent.
That's right, Lisa. The power of tiny changes is often underestimated, but when you look at the bigger picture, those small actions really add up. So start small, stay consistent, and trust the process.
I love that. So, to all our listeners out there, remember, big changes don't always come from big actions. They come from tiny, everyday decisions. Start today and watch how those little changes transform your life over time.
Thanks so much for having me on the podcast, Lisa. I hope everyone feels inspired to make those small changes today.
Thanks for joining us, Tom. And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. We hope you found today's discussion helpful and motivating. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with someone who could use a little inspiration. Until next time, take care, and remember that small changes lead to big results. Now it's time to learn some important vocabulary related to the topic. The first word of today is compound. It means to combine or add something together to make something stronger or more complex. Example: small efforts, when compounded over time, can lead to extraordinary results. Next word is exponential. It means increasing at a very fast rate, especially by doubling or growing rapidly. Example: the growth of your savings can be exponential if you make small deposits regularly. Next word is transformation. It means a complete or major change in someone's life, appearance, or situation. Example: with consistent effort, the compound effect can lead to a complete transformation in your health. Next word is progress. It means movement forward or toward a goal, improvement over time. Example: even if you don't see immediate results, steady progress is being made every day. Next word is patience. It means the ability to wait calmly without getting angry or upset. Example: patience is key when applying the compound effect. Change takes time. The last word is momentum. It means the strength or speed of movement, or the energy to keep progressing. Example: once you build momentum with small actions, it becomes easier to keep going. Thank you for listening to our episode of the Simple English Podcast. I hope you learned something new and helpful today. Please give us a like and subscribe for video like this. Share it with your friends, and let us know what you think in the comments section below. We'll be back with more interesting discussions soon.